Played rugby union. You played rugby league back in the day.
Yep. Yeah. I played a bit of rugby league, finished up with rugby league. Enjoyed it for sure. Got into a bit of scruffle every now and then, but that's rugby league, that's the physicality of it. And yeah, I found a new challenge, and it was just, every time I got my hand raised, it was because of my efforts, and I could only count on myself to put the work in. And when you count on yourself to put that work in, and you get those treats, it's those times that you understand, okay, this is, if I work hard for something, then I can get it.
Is the story there was a fight on the field, and while everyone else is throwing wild haymakers, you've been actually training, and you copped a suspension because of it. Is that the story?
That is the story, man. Somewhat training, somewhat training. You know, it was more, I guess it was a blessing, but that was my year where I thought, okay, this is the time that I'm gonna make it, and put everything into that basket. And a fight broke out. Everyone was all throwing their, haymakers everywhere, people falling left, right, and center. And then I jumped in too, but unfortunately the camera was right on me as I was throwing knees, to separate one of our younger guys with another bigger fella. So it's kind of separating the fight really. Um, but with knees. So, yeah, it was sad because I had judiciary and they put me out for 6 weeks, and that was leading into the final, where this is the time where the scouts are come and look at you, and it was sad. It was a sad time for me because I put everything into the preseason, and the lead up to going into these finals and stuff. So it was a very sad moment, but I wanted to use that energy. I wanted to use that energy and put it towards something. And as soon as that, after that day, I said, okay, I'm gonna pop into a gym, and I came into a gym and never looked back since. So yeah, yeah, I just wanted to use that energy towards something good. So
Who were you playing for back then? And you're going to crack, was it the Vulcans or the Warriors, sort of wider squad?
yeah, well, I was playing with counties, counties, and yeah, my club was Otahu Leopards. And yeah, it was sort of, I was heading that way. And then yeah, unfortunately that fight broke out, which put me out for 6 weeks, and that was the pivotal moment for me. So yeah.
Do you still keep an eye on rugby league? Like, would you played with any guys that, eventually went on and played reserve grade or NRL?
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, like, it was, yeah, I mean, as soon as I stopped playing, I kind of I stopped watching really. I kind of put everything into boxing. So when I left, I went straight into boxing, and I've kind of put all my focus into boxing as soon as I was watching a lot of boxing, studying a lot of boxing. My training was a lot more intense. So I went from training 3, 4 days in the week to training 3 times in a day. And that was the discipline that I'd learned. Like, okay, like this is something that I could work towards, and I like the feeling of pushing myself, and going through a lot of the challenges that I had through training boxing. So yeah, it was more the thrill that I enjoyed of boxing, and getting hit in the face and getting, smashed every week. So inspiring, especially on Saturdays. So I'd walk away with headaches every Saturday. And I thought, man, I think I need to get a lot better at this, and studied the game. So yeah, yeah. I mean, equal physicality, but just a lot more to learn in combat sports.